Are your children spending too much time on their phones or iPads? Well, in this video, I'm going to share 7 tips to limit screen time for kids. And we're starting in 3, 2, 1. Hi, my name is Jay, and welcome back to Tech Parental, keeping your family safe, sane, and connected in today's digital world. So if you're looking for digital parenting advice and tech reviews for the whole family, then be sure to click the subscribe button and don't forget to hit the bell notification to stay up to date on all our new videos. Let's get started. Too much screen time is bad, right? You don't have to take my word for it though. Research has consistently shown the negative effects of too much screen time. Sleep problems and sleep deprivation, increased risk for attention problems and anxiety and depression, social and behavioral problems, risk of unhealthy weight gain. The American Association of Pediatrics recommends from children 0 to 18 months, 0 screen time. 18 to 24 months, co-watching high-quality programs with explanatory conversations. 2 to 5 years old, 1 hour per day, and 6 years and older, consistent limits around 2 hours per day. Most research today will tell you that children are spending between 4 and 9 hours on a connected device. So here are some tips for you to reduce your child's screen time while in the home. Tip number 1. Set the example. Sorry to start with the toughest one, but there's nowhere else to start. Children will always gravitate towards the model behavior of their parents. If they see you reading a book, they're more likely to read. If they see you watching television, so will they. So if you want your kids to stop staring at screens, put the phone down.
What you talking about, Willis?
Watch how often you use your own devices. If you keep your face buried in your phone, your kids won't see a good reason why they should get off their screens. Plus, those devices affect the time you spend with your children. Researchers who studied families at fast food restaurants noticed parents were often more focused on their phones than on the children at the table. Tip number 2, treat screen time as a privilege that kids need to earn, not a right that they're entitled to. Be sure to set up rules in the house where screen time is only allowed after chores are done and homework is completed, just like any other toys or games. Tip number 3, encourage other activities. If a child has nothing to do but stare at a screen, then we should not be surprised when that's the only thing that he or she does. Be sure to provide necessary resources such as books to read, board games, art supplies, musical instruments, sporting equipment like bikes, frisbees, skateboards, the regular stuff, you know. Also, play with your kids. Get down on the floor with your kids and pick up a truck, a doll, a board game.
Miss H6. You sank my battleship.
It takes intentionality and selfless love when they are 6, but when they turn 13, you'll be glad you did it. Tip number 4, make computers and TVs stay in the shared spaces of your home. It's much easier to exercise control when your child is within view. So that means keeping video games and the TV and the computers all in the common areas like the living room, the den, the kitchen, where you can keep an eye on things and watch the games that they play and keep track of the websites they're on.
I asked for a car, I got a computer. How's that for being born under a bad sign?
Tip number 5, set the family rules and stick to them. It's just like any other parenting skill. You've got to set guidelines and set them early. If your rule is that social media is okay from 6 to 7 p.m. or after homework is done, or only on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, then be consistent. Consistency through the years is important. If you have really laxed rules in your home for the first 6 years, it makes it harder to implement the rules later.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Also, you can add tech-free time to your family schedule. At all ages, your kids should know that there are specific times where screens stay off, like at meals or before bed. You might set aside time every week when the family does something fun together. No devices allowed. Tip number 6, one of my favorites, storytelling tapes. Now, storytelling is an older and lost art form. And a good storyteller can pull a child into the tale while letting him use his imagination, because not every picture is drawn for him. The act of listening to a story builds listening skills and trains a child to concentrate and give his undivided attention. So many children are growing up today multitasking among many different media that they lose the ability to focus on one task at a time. If any of you tell bedtime stories to your children, you'll know the power of stories. So use story tapes or CDs or MP3s during daytime hours to entertain your kids. I'll leave a link down below where you can find some good stories. And tip number 7, make the tech work for you. Use parental controls and apps that you can set to turn off computers, tablets, smartphones after a given amount of time. Find some way to monitor and filter what can come through each screen in the house. I've just discovered a few apps that have some free features as well as paid features that allow you to set daily screen time limits, approve apps before installing them, and allow other caregivers to control screen time. They are Screen Time Parental Control and Our Pact. Each have a free and paid version costing $40 and $24 per year respectively. I'll leave links in the description down below. Question of the day: what are some strategies that you've used in your home to regulate screen time? Feel free to add to the conversation in the comment section below. And remember that some of the best tips in the comment section are from you guys, the Tech Parental community. I hope that you find these tips helpful and can use some of them in your home with your kids. So until the next video, this is Jay Andrews from Tech Parental, keeping you safe, sane, and connected in today's digital world. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.